And back again, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to talk a little bit about the situation with the black church here in the city of Indianapolis. It could be happening in any city all over this country where the black community have during the 80s and 90s and early 2000s built all these giant churches. I'll give you one example. Out on Cooper Road on 30th Street, you see, and in Fishers also, so-called Pastor Jeffrey Johnson have built these three big boondoggles. You look at that, all the money that was spent with all white contractors. He's actually converted the legacy money of our community into these three buildings. Now, the buildings are sitting there. They have to be maintained. The white people are getting all the money for maintaining the buildings, yet all the congregation is black. Same way with the guy out there on where's that out there on 38th Street or 42nd Street, the one that's going around trying to say Jesus is black and the Bible is black. Well, if Jesus is black, heaven is a damn sure ghetto. But in any case, because everywhere black people rule is ghettos, just look and check it for yourself. In any case, just look at that example I gave you of Jeffrey Johnson and the legacy money that he have had from these people that are coming to his church. Some of them highly trained professionals. That just brings my point. Black people don't understand the world, ladies and gentlemen. They can be a lawyer. They can be trained to be a doctor. They can be trained to be a person, an accountant or anything. They just don't understand Western civilization. They squandered all this money, ladies and gentlemen, and tied it up in frozen assets. No bank is going to give a loan on that because it's a diminishing return when your congregation is all old age women sitting up in there agreeing with everything you say and being fools. And the young people that are going there now that have any sense, they'd be stepping away from this because it's a perpetual drain on the black community for utility costs, for maintenance costs. I imagine if you put one of those roofs on, you're going to pay a good $2 or $3 million, and that have to be done every 10 years or it's going to be run down, which is going to happen now. Look at the instability of these people that you have trusted with your money. You've trusted them with your money, the legacy money. The money could have been spent better on industrial schools and manufacturing and farmland so that the black community could produce something rather than a bunch of fools that are ready to go to prison or do some other things and commit violent crimes. But anyway, the black church, ladies and gentlemen, when I came here in 56, was a strong organization that was helping people that migrated to this city from out of town. Bishop Lee, Christ Temple, we came there in 56. We got help automatically. So you know what? All these churches that are out here now, look over on so-called Andrew J. Brown, you see all those churches are being knocked down to make way for housing. Everything that's going to be over there is Major Tool Company, and they're not going anywhere. But you see, our money have been squandered by these pastors. I call them witch doctors. They're nothing but witch doctors. They've done the same thing that the witch doctors in Africa done to our ancestors. Capture them and sell them to the slave traders. Taking your money, and every time they get one built, every time they have a so-called fundraiser or maintenance done, the white man gets all the money. You can't deny that. You can't dispute it. Black people need to wake up and break themselves loose. Like Lincoln said, we must disenthrall ourselves. And who are thralls? He said thralls are men who are tied down, men doped, men drowsy. He had hoped to see them shake themselves loose and so be disenthralled. We need to disenthrall ourselves. All these do-gooders and helpers that are out here trying to run these do-good programs, they're doing nothing but trying to grease their own bellies with your pain and suffering. That's all they're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Larry Vaughn at Facebook. These churches have really destroyed our black community, and the pastors are witch doctors.